Well, really, Hadoop is kind of the foundation of our product and our business. We really sit on top of the Hadoop platform and built a Hadoop-centric architecture from the beginning when we first launched the product about over 5 years ago now. So really, we couldn't exist without Hadoop, and also the companies that created and evolve and improve the technology, like Hortonworks. There's lots of different projects and subcomponents, and we interface with many of the core ones like HDFS and Yarn and MapReduce. And more recently, we've been plugging into things like Apache Ranger, consuming technology from the ecosystem like Tez, also championed by Hortonworks. Hadoop really is the fundamentals. We're not a company that just has a connector or an integration to Hadoop, but we really build on top of the technology. But from a tactical perspective, we work with the field. So we work with the sales teams who are educating the market and the customers about the technology and really kind of come in after them and say, okay, now that you've bought into the platform, what applications can allow you to get the most value and the most broad deployment across the largest base of users? And of course, there's 800 million users of Excel on the planet, and so it's really that large swath of BI users that maybe wouldn't be the first to access the cluster, but are really some of the closest to the business questions and answers and can get the most value out of it. This is really a bet on Hadoop becoming the new data warehouse, or replatforming the data warehouse largely over the next decade. And to the extent that Hadoop is adopted and Hadoop gets better, customers will get more value out of our product. And yeah, we simply couldn't exist without it. I just think that it's actually interesting that governance is a big theme this year. You see a lot of announcements from various vendors about data governance, and I think that really sort of underscores Hadoop reaching the mainstream and reaching the same people who make buying decisions and deployment decisions around data warehouse, because as you know, governance is a big theme in enterprise data warehouse. So if we're starting to enforce and customers are starting to look for the same level of governance in Hadoop, it really does validate the thesis that I mentioned earlier of Hadoop replatforming the EDW, which is a really exciting kind of tipping point.